Facts First presents. This teen dove into a lake with his GoPro, and the footage helped solve a 27-year-old cold case. Max Waranka was just 13 years old when he became involved in a crazy mystery. It occurred during the summer of 2019 at Griffin Lake. His family owns Griffin Lake Cabins. It's a small resort which contains 3 holiday homes located in the wilderness between Vancouver and Calgary. It is a beautiful area, and tourists will often visit to enjoy fishing, swimming, and hiking during the summer. In the winter, tourists come to go snowmobiling and sledding in the nearby mountains. Max loved living in the area because he loved the outdoors. Max had a GoPro camera which allowed him to take videos of his adventures. The camera attached to his helmet, and it was capable of filming on land and in water. Max would videotape his adventures and then upload them to YouTube. He never expected that his camera would allow him to help the police solve a crime. It's not uncommon for Max to have conversations with families that stay at his parents' resort. In August of 2019, he was talking to a family who claimed to have seen something strange beneath the surface of the water. They were curious, so they asked Max to go check it out. Max was just as interested as the family, so he got his paddleboard and headed out to the area where the family claimed to see the object. When James got to the area, he looked down into the lake and saw what he described as a shadow or an imprint. He also said that he could see something shiny under the water. He was unable to identify the object at the bottom of the lake, but he thought that he could see an exhaust pipe. After looking down for a bit more, he realized it was an upside-down car. He was shocked by that find. He and the guests went online to get more information. During their online search, Max and the family discovered that 10 years earlier a car had gone into the water and was lost at the bottom of Griffin Lake. The news article stated that 4 people had been rescued from the water. Max, his family, and the guests were satisfied that they figured out how the car got there, so they never called the police to report it. They assumed that the police arrived to save the family and already knew the car was down there. The next day, an officer from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police arrived at the lake to enjoy a day outdoors with his family. Max's mother, Nancy, was having a casual conversation with the police officer when she mentioned that they found that car from 2009, the accident that happened in the lake. The officer said that was odd because he was on the force then, and he remembered the car from the 2009 accident being pulled out of the water. He told Nancy he was sure that the vehicle had been removed, so they would need to open an investigation. On August 21, 2019, the police arrived to investigate the vehicle that was found. Because Max knew the area so well, the police asked him to accompany them. On the day of the search, the water conditions were very poor, and the officers were having some trouble seeing under the water from the surface. So Max had an idea. He had a great solution for this problem. He dove into the lake with his GoPro, and the footage helped solve a cold case. He went into the water wearing his camera and dove down to the car. He went all around the vehicle to capture as much footage and as many details as possible. He captured videos of the car upside down in the water. It was obvious the car had been at the bottom of the lake for a long time because it was covered with mud, plants, and marine life. Max's camera footage prompted the police to send in a dive team. 3 days later, the dive team arrived, and they were able to get the numbers on the license plate. The car belonged to a woman who was reported missing 27 years earlier. The vehicle belonged to Janet Ferris, a 69-year-old woman who was reported missing in 1992. For 3 decades, her family was wondering what happened to her. When the police pulled the car up, Janet's body was still inside. Janet's family told the police that she was driving to a wedding when she went missing. Because the doors and the windows were still closed, the police assumed that she fell asleep at the wheel and went into the water. Janet's granddaughter, Erin Ferris Hartley, says that she's happy that they finally know what happened to her grandmother. Thanks to Max and his GoPro camera, this cold case was finally solved. Subscribe for more.